Oh, hello and good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, kind of like my midweek update. So I've gotten a few things made, and I tried technically 9 new patterns, but one is like 7, but it's just like with the color changes makes it 7, even though it's 1. But I tried 3. I got this hair. I tried 3 new patterns. Bought 2 of them. One is free, and I had to pull some old ones out that, well, really just one old one. Well, 2, but 1, because one of them I make all the time. And one of them, it was just like, I made it the first time and then never went back to it again. Not because I didn't like it, but because I was still new at making plushies and the sewing really intimidated me. But I went back to it. So, first off, I told you I ordered the little felt mouths and stuff for the Hocus Pocus dolls, and those finally came in. Well, they were at the P.O. box for a few days before I realized they were delivered. She actually shipped out very quickly. But so there's 3 sets of the 3 different mouth shapes for the 3 different dolls, and plus a couple of little freebie things in there. I think they might be mouths. I don't usually use felt that often, so I'm not really sure. But I have those, and then I have to figure out how to not be a kindergartner with the glue and get sloppy with it and mess up my dolls. So that always scares me with the glue. So I have those. Then I was actually able to get my hands on a needle that fit through the eye of the buttons. So I made one more zombie doll with the button eye that is a little bit large. But that's okay, because it's like his eyes popping out of his head. And I tried it with the long hair like Heather and Sue did. Gave it a little yellow bow, so this could be a girl voodoo doll or zombie or creepy doll, whatever you want to call it. But I did one more of these, and yeah, these are fun. I like decorating them. So the next thing that I did is I purchased a couple of patterns, and I have bought many patterns from Madeline Mako before. I have a bunch of them. Probably eventually I'll end up owning most of them. But one of the 2 that I bought was her Yeti. Now this one I did out of Parfait Chunky, and it is small. But it's supposed to be small. If I had the right colors in the Michaels, I would make out of the Michaels. So this guy is like really short. He is really small. Doesn't take that long to make it, but because of the size, so if I go from the tip of his horn to the bottom of his feet, he's 7 inches. But if I go from his head, the top of his head, to his feet, he's 6 inches. So he gains an inch with these little horns. But he's small. And he was not hard to do at all. Now according to the pattern, you're supposed to sew on the arms and sew the horns to the head, sew on the arms, and then sew the head to the body. Well, I cheated. I crocheted in my arms, and sewed the horns to the head and the head to the body. So, I mean, what is a Yeti? Bigfoot? But it's cute. So I think I will try and do another one using Michael's yarn. I don't have a blue, but I could probably get away with the oh, what color is it? Kind of like a teal, but a very light color. Maybe I don't know what to call it. I just do not know what to call it. So we did the Yeti. The other pattern that I bought from her this week, well, one of these I paid 75 cents for, and one I paid like $1.12. Like, she's always has really good sales on her patterns. So this one, I'd had someone at a market ask for a goat. And I couldn't decide, did I want it, you know, like doll type or on all four legs. But price made me pick this one because I'm pretty sure this one was 75 cents. Now, of course, the colors that I chose kind of gives it a cow kind of feel. But again, that's because Michael's is so limited on colors. And I don't have every color that they have. I mean, I have a few, but anyways, I used their, I believe this one is called Sand, if I'm not mistaken, and Terracotta. So the colors make me think cow, but because he has the little beard, definitely billy goat, and the way the horns go, like out like that, is definitely billy goat. And even John guessed this as a billy goat. So with the Michaels, it turns out a decent size. And the only sewing is the muzzle, of course, the ears, and the horns. It was not difficult. That amount of sewing doesn't intimidate me too much. Now, I did get a little confused on the body because down towards the legs, there were several increases. And I thought maybe it was to give it like a pop belly or pot belly, whatever you want to call it. But then it kind of looked like butt cheeks. So I wasn't sure like which was the front and which was the back. So I did it kind of like butt cheeks. I don't know if you can see it on there or not. But that's how it kind of came out for me. I wasn't sure which way it was supposed to be. Imagine I could have asked, but, you know, I didn't want to wait. So we have the billy goat. And I want to make a couple more. I think I'll do one in white with the sand, maybe. I have to see how much white. Yeah, I have enough white. Maybe, now if I use black, it'll definitely come off with the cow. So I think I'm going to go with white and the tan, or sand, I mean. So, yeah, one billy goat. So those are onesies so far. And then, if you watch Sue and I, both of us said our favorite thing to make is turtles. And it's been a long time since I've made a sea turtle. So I decided I'm going to make a sea turtle. But because the market we're going to do in October is a fall market, I wanted to do a sunflower sea turtle. Just because the colors is just so fall. So I did a sunflower sea turtle. And it's all from Jade's pattern, but I do the flower petals different than she does. And I have the old version of her pattern, so it does not include the flippers like this. So it's kind of like the flippers are from one pattern, the shell and the head are all from Jade, and the petals are like my own thing. So it's kind of like 3 patterns combined. So maybe it's a Franken sunflower turtle, maybe. But I gave it, I really need to order some 25mm eyes because so many of all from Jade's patterns call for a 25mm, and I have 20 and then jump to 28. Like, I have nothing in between, so I need to get that in between size. But I used 20mm, you know, like the side eye, the off-center pupil, and it's kind of an orangey yellow glitter. And again, I still have not tried to make my own custom eye because I just haven't come across that one pattern that I want to try it on. And I should, because I bought the stuff to do it and I just haven't done it. I played with it. You know, to learn how the resin and stuff works, but I have not done the eyes yet. So I really do need to do that. So the old pattern that I busted out, I believe is from Meg Makes. I think that's her Etsy shop name. But I bought this way back, gosh, sometime last year. And back in the beginning when I was first buying patterns. And like I said, the sewing kind of intimidated me. So I never made another one. And the first one that I made, I sold it to my sister-in-law for their new grandbaby. Because there are absolutely no eyes on this. You don't have to embroider eyes. You don't have to use safety eyes. Nothing. So last time when I made it, Premier was like sold out of white. You could not get white anywhere. You couldn't find white Parfait Chunky. So I used cream instead of white. And I used the orange and blue that the pattern called for. This time, I used Michael's yarn because I wanted to get a little bit of size out of it. And I used like the teal and whatever that lighter shade color is that I was referring to earlier that I could probably get away with on the Yeti. I used in this. So here is my astronaut. And I think these things are cute. But this is the color I was talking about I might be able to get away with for using on the Yeti if I did it in the Michael's yarn. These just turn out cute. I kind of want to do one in pink, like have the whole spacesuit in pink and a darker pink for the stripes in it. Still using gray for the face shield, and I guess that is supposed to be a belt. It gets a little backpack on the back. There's, I didn't do it, but I'm going to. There's a little alien and a sun, and something else that you can make that, like, he could hold. But I really like this. This is, it's different. Even though because it's an older pattern, I'm sure a lot of people have made them. But I like it because it's different. It's a doll. But it wasn't as difficult as, say, like the Hocus Pocus dolls. It wasn't as easy as this doll. But now that I'm more comfortable with my sewing, this was, I liked doing it. I'm going to definitely make a couple more of these. Oh. The fluff that Michael's leaves. Let me tell you, by the time I finished this, I was like covered head to toe with fluff. It was just all stuck to me. All over the floor. It was everywhere. I had to get out the lint roller and clean myself off. So those were 2 new, 2 revisited, and then, you know, this one's still kind of new. So I was scouring Instagram, and I have saved a few free patterns. Now, I'm not sure if it's just popular with makers or if the shoppers like it, but combining a fruit theme with a particular item like, you know, a strawberry cow or whatever, seems to be very popular. So Rosalie Toys came out with a new free pattern, and she partnered with someone else, and I do not remember that person's name. I am so sorry, but I'm horrible with names. But I can tell you, my first one did not turn out very good, only because of the eyes. So I went in order of the pattern and did it each step as the pattern said to do it. And I ended up with wonky eyes. Look at my eyes. One is here and one is way up here. But it's fruit fish. Now, to see it from the side, it looks just fine. And even if you saw it from this side, it looks just fine. But when you see it head on, it is really messed up. So, for me, and I don't believe that I did anything wrong with the pattern. It's like a really simple pattern to follow. I have to wait till round 14, do the first 4 stitches, and that is going to make it lay like fold in half flat the way you need it to be in order to get the eyes straight. So after I made that lemon, I decided to try the strawberry. And this one, I still hadn't gotten to that point yet where round 14 is where I'm going to add the eyes. So this was a little bit off, but not as bad. And after I did this one, that's when I decided that's what I needed to do, was make it to round 14 and do the first 4 stitches. Then I can add the eyes and stuff and finish closing it up. So you got the strawberry. I remade a lemon so that he had straight eyes. See the difference? Guess who's going to get this one? You know it. Toby's going to get that one. So I got the lemon fish, the strawberry fish. 2 of these I'm going to get confused because I'm not really familiar with how the fruit looks. An orange fish. Dun, dun, dun. A watermelon. Now, I did change my colors on the watermelon. I did pink instead of red. I think that's mint green, which didn't quite have as much of a yellowish undertone to it as I would have liked, but it's the closest that I had. But they used white, and white seemed like it would be too stark to me. So I used the pink. I want to say this was hibiscus pink, the mint, and then the green. And we have a watermelon fish. And then these are the 2 I get mixed up. One is a dragon fruit and one is a passion fruit. But I don't remember which one is which. I think this one might be the dragon fruit. I don't know. But they're cute little fish. They're small. They're very quick to make. Like, very quick to make. And if you're looking for low price items, and if the fruit things really do sell, and it's not just that the makers, you know, people like us that think they're cute and we just make them because we think they're cute. But I don't know, they're making them like fruit makes them interesting. Like, the colors are just really interesting. Then the very last one in that pattern pack, because there's 7 of them, was a kiwi. And I changed the color on this too. Only one color. This, instead of using white, because it's just so stark, I used the cream. I actually looked up a picture of a kiwi that was cut open so I could see the colors, because for some reason I was thinking the center would be like a light green and then it got darker and then the brown, you know, for the skin. But it did kind of look like an off-white. So I used the cream. And I don't know, I kind of like these. They're cute. They'd be good in a mystery box. They're good for a low-priced item. If you embroidered the eyes, they'd be good for the littles. But I used, there was fluff everywhere. I used 12 millimeter safety eyes on mine. And that is what I have made for my midweek update. I have like 6 button orders that I need to get out, and I have a pattern test that I'm getting ready to do. This one's going to be pretty cool, and that's pretty much all I have going on. See, it feels like a lot going on because I have those orders. I went like last week with no orders, but 1, I think. And then all of a sudden Sunday, I got a whole bunch of orders. So I got those made on Monday, and then I didn't make any orders yesterday. So now I have orders again that I need to make today. I've got it printed and cut out, and it's just the assembly part now. But I need to take a break, you know, like no pressure. I just don't want to be stuck there doing that. Unfortunately, making buttons is not my favorite thing anymore. I'd rather be doing this. All right, so that's all I have. This is really short. I mean, I have stuff here, but I don't know. I guess I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. Like, I changed nothing but the colors on this one. I told you about this. This is my Franken sunflower turtle. It's like 3 patterns combined. I changed nothing on the goat. I crocheted in the arms instead of sewing them. And on these, I waited till round 14 to put the eyes in so that my eyes could look somewhat even. So yeah, nothing fancy this time. I am just amazed at how much this Michael's yarn sheds. I'm really amazed. Anywho, I am going to go get to work. And I hope you guys all enjoy your week. And we will see you in the next video.